Aloha all, my Gaia Guardians. So, I wanted to share a message that is coming through today that I feel like it's going to continue to evolve and expand, but it's really alive right now and it feels really potent. Um, and I feel like it is really important for how we're holding ourselves and our energy in this present moment and how we will move forward with what is to come. You know, maybe a lot of you out there have seen and felt the almost like a rebalancing of the world, a rebalancing of the scales, divine inheritance, divine justice, divine restoration. And it's happening through our bodies, and we're being almost inundated with this incredible energy that's coming onto the planet right now that is actually supporting, aiding, helping us to truly remember who we are as the divine consciousness, as beings that are a spark of the divine in a human experience. And as we navigate this great unraveling, this great shifting of the tides of from what has been seated in so much really like fear and unworthiness and uncertainty into a place of really this reclamation of who we are as powerful creator beings. And so, what I perceive as my higher self is really giving me the codes and the awareness to begin to shift how I see everything. And so the big message that's coming through, and I took a lot of notes, so I might refer to them and read, but we'll see what just wants to come through right now. The big message was no looking back. And then how it was shown to me was that whenever I'm looking backwards, I'm connecting to a past version of myself, a past experience that I've had, and all of the judgments that I held around it, and all of the emotions and thoughts and beliefs that I held around that past experience. And because of all this internal work and excavation of those past experiences, those timelines have now been severed. And if I'm in a moment where all of this new is coming forward and all of these new seeds of awareness and consciousness are being planted, I am to anchor them in. I am to seed them in the earth of my body to Mother Earth so that they can sprout and grow. And they're growing with this new consciousness. And I don't want to put into those seeds any remnants of past experience. When I look backwards, I actually energetically put myself back in those timelines. And when I do that, I actually begin to infuse my vessel, my temple, with all of the energies that exist within those timelines. And so spirit is like, move forward, always be looking ahead from this present moment. That our inner knowing, our inner vision, what's coming through our intuition right now is propelling us in a forward motion, which is anchoring in all of the new codes and energies, vibrational frequencies that we are now anchoring in our body as seeds that will be sprouting and blooming. And because of the way that the mind works, it wants to go back and refer to a previous experience in order to know what the future experience will be. And if we turn and look back to those experiences, those situations and challenges, then it's like we take all of that energy and we actually bring it into the here and now, and to our body, we begin to experience it again. So we actually bring that back into the present through our beliefs and our thoughts. So this is really, really important to really be seated with our core stability, the pillar of the essence of our physical being, our physicality, in this present moment, letting go, washing away every previous experience that kept us locked in a state of victimization. Because we've cleared that. We've cleared that. And if you still have some clearing to do, then do your clearing. But once you've let that go, do not revisit it. It is not necessary to revisit it, because then you bring it back into the now. And so I'm going to refer to what I wrote, because I think it's really important, because this came through, not through the intellect, but really through spirit. And I think it's really imperative for right now. Everything is new. Don't meet anything in the present as you've met it before. That will be you meeting with the past. You have shifted. Everything has shifted. Meet it all now with new eyes, innocence, emptiness, wonder, as if nothing has a label in your mind. So every moment is fresh. Every person who appears before you, regardless if you already know them or not, meet them as if you don't know anything about them. Purity, new eyes, no preconceived notions about who that person is. Because energetically, you then hold them in that structure of a belief that you've already created about them, particularly if it's somebody that you've known for a long time. What happens is they show up for you entirely different if you already think that you know who they are and how they are going to act, talk, converse with you, how they're going to show up. You already think that you know. And therefore, you also show up in a way that you've been with them in the past. And so there's no room for the new and the fresh to arise in that space, because you're showing up with your preconceived vision of who they are. And so they meet you there and show up as who you think that they're going to be. But if you can show up with emptiness, with innocence, and with curiosity, then there is an opportunity to actually bring in a whole new aspect of their beingness and your beingness, as if you're meeting for the very first time. And that meeting of energies of the divine, it will open up new frequencies within you both. Something brand new is catalyzed in that moment of the unknown. That is you opening up to the great mystery, to the infiniteness of what can now appear when you've let go of what you think it's going to be. And this can be with a person. This could be with what you label as a tree. If you actually meet it with new eyes, again, with no label that that is a tree, then you can actually see its energetic essence, the gifts that it has to bestow within you, because there's some emptiness. When you empty out of all your thoughts, then you are able to be filled with that which is new and fresh. And this is an all of life. If you meet a stranger, can you meet it with complete openness? You know, oftentimes I've heard people say that they intuitively feel something about a person. They feel darkness. They feel like they're closed. I've done this myself many times. They have a sense of who that person already is. And the paradox of that is, one, you may be intuitively getting a hit about that being, that person. However, as soon as you latch on, grasp, and create an attachment to that thought, then you essentially have closed the door to what could come in that is unknown. And so leave space, even if you have an intuition, notice that intuitive hit. Also, investigate if that intuitive hit, it may be based on a past experience. And even if it is or is not, can you still get curious about it? Can you still open and be empty to what wants to arise in the next moment? This is meeting things with that innocence, that is seeing through the eyes of the divine, that you have called this moment in, and it's exactly aligned to where you are, and that it has a message for you. Otherwise, it wouldn't have entered your sphere of perception. And this takes practice, because you have to almost recognize the structure of the mind and the thoughts of the mind, observe what's happening, and then actually let it go. Allow yourself to become empty again in the midst of the present moment. I'm going to continue reading. Allow the newness to fill you with new knowing, new wisdom, whether it be a person, place, a thing, a thought, even your inner world. Approach every moment with that curiosity as if you are meeting it for the first time with this version of you. So not any past version of you, not who you were an hour ago, a week ago, a month ago, a year ago. You're meeting this moment with the new version of who you are. And therefore, you allow miracles to come in. And you will find fresh awareness, fresh knowing, fresh wisdom. Don't look backwards. Move forward into the new vision that is seated inside you. If you turn and look back, you will find you take on, you embody those old emotions of fear, especially as the collective fear in the field begins to arise. Those old emotions of fear, of unworthiness, of unknowing, of feeling like you are uncertain of which way to go. Stay grounded in the inner knowingness, in the higher perspective of your spirit. Stay grounded in your inner, moving forward and seeding what is new. Do not get pulled into an outer drama that may be playing out. Rather, look at it through the eyes of neutrality. Those are the eye within your heart, within the deep cavern of your inner knowing, within your belly, the cauldron of the new that is always alchemizing, always digesting and composting the old so that the essence of the new can arise within you. Do not let your energy feel fear or victimized, especially by a past happening, a past experience. Surrender them now. They served a purpose when you had to go through them in the past. They have served your empowerment now. They have served you to be a strong pillar of love, emptiness, and knowing for seeding what is new. Always rise and see with a higher viewpoint, the higher perspective, and release the anger, the fear, the retribution. This is divine justice, divine inheritance. The meek shall inherit the earth. It is the innocent. It is the one that sees through the eye and the heart of divinity that everything has unfolded perfectly. It is from there that we actually seed the new way of new earth, which is actually here now, and it's in our heart. So we have to plant it by being that, by being the change. So whatever vision template that you have come here to seed, it is time for you to be that. Regardless of what is happening in the outer world, keep moving forward with your creations, with the higher timelines of love that you are seeding. Do not move back. We are inheriting the earth right now because it is our divine inheritance. And those that are deeply connected to Gaia know the path that we are walking and what we are putting into the grids, the ley lines of the planet through our bodies, through every action, word, thought. So choose your focus with precision. Know where you are putting your focus at all times. Where attention flows is where your energy goes. And the training has been precise to be one pointed, to point and be precise with where we are putting our energy, because that is what is creating. We create form through energy. The light is coming in faster than the thoughts, meaning that these divine downloads, these packets from the mind of God, of Source, are coming in so quickly that your mind will want to grasp them and make sense of them and file them away in a place in your head that you can make sense of them so that you can know. Rather, allow your body to receive the light, to integrate the light, to rest as your body and your nervous system shift to fully know what it is to contain this amount of light. Our physical bodies are changing so rapidly. And so know what you need, whether what kind of food, drinking lots of water, resting, taking time, being still, being in meditation, and know that you don't figure this out from the mind. This is an embodied knowing of all that is changing. And so you won't be able to necessarily figure it out with your intellect. Maintain a cosmic perspective. You are being rewired. This is the unveiling. The unveiling is happening in your body, in your God seed, if you will. You are the seed. You're in this gestational period in the womb. It's like you are growing. The cells are growing with every beating of your heart. It's like these new cells are multiplying and dividing. In essence, you are being reborn. You are creating an entirely new body and psyche and ability to expand, to hold this amount of light. Whatever you feed, whatever you nourish, whatever you're putting your attention towards right now is what you are growing into. So, and then it was told, this is the revelation at this moment. This is the revelation. So don't turn back. Keep moving forward. Empty so that you can be filled. Know that you are being guided by the highest aspects of self in union with all that is. Trust that which you know. Do not allow yourself to be veered off the path of your heart. I'm sure as this continues to come through, I will share more, but it was so potent that it made me just, one, be still and just start automatically writing what was coming through. And we're in a time of absolutely epic proportions, and we are the great revealing. We are the revelation. So don't let what is happening out there, the more chaotic it becomes, the more still and assured in your heart that you become. All right. You are the God seed. You are the jewel. You are what is being planted right now to grow an entirely new version of reality. I love you. Thank you. Bless you. As I'm looking at the screen, I'm seeing this rainbow light that's streaming through. How absolutely perfect. Yeah, because the rays are coming through. All of the rays are coming through us right now, and it's these rays that each one of them holds a massive, like it's like this massive packet of information that when it floods in will feel like such immense energy, and we won't be able to understand it. But we need to be able to be still so that we can contain and hold as much as possible, and then take the time needed as it becomes unpacked within us. So I hope this helps. And if you have any questions or need any clarifications, please leave it in the comments below. And it's an extraordinary time, and the weaving is happening, and all of the pieces of the soul families, the fractals of the soul families, what I call the synarchy, is really coming together. So really pay attention to the people who are coming into your sphere of awareness right now, because they are coming in for the reuniting, for the reunion of all of the soul fractals, what I call the 144. That's another video. But I love you. Bless you all. Much aloha from this beautiful, beautiful, the roots of Gaia, which we are planting so deeply here on these mountain tops, on these volcanic mountain tops, which are, it's the top of Lemuria. And the etheric cities of light that are under the waters of this lands will rise as we plant the seeds, and as we flower and rise, so do these cities of light rise again. This is the great homecoming, and we are already there. And this unfolding is going to be majestic and unfathomably beautiful. So yeah, we're all in this. We're all in this together, and it's beautiful. And thank you for coming to this earth at this time to participate in this unbelievable, unbelievable bringing of heaven to earth, and really seeding and anchoring it back here again. Thank you, family. I love you so, so, so much.